Faco here to give you a brief rundown on how to use the Mystcraft portal code that I displayed in my second episode of the Let's Play on ArsPraxis. We are going to assume a worst case scenario, and I'm just going to build it step by step. Now, I am going to assume that you already know how to obtain crystal, make a book receptacle, and name books. That is important because the name on the linking book is going to be read by the code in order to determine what is displayed on the button. So, let's do worst case scenario where we can't have the computer next to anything, and we just build this straight away. First off, I'm going to put a chest of any kind next to the book receptacle. I recommend using one of the higher capacity chests, that way you can get more books in there, but it's not a requirement. Also, let's say we want to have an eject system. I'm going to put a second chest next to that, and those directions are going to be important. In addition to that, I'm going to take my monitor here, and I am going to just line it up. Doesn't matter how big it is, the code is going to adapt. You don't have to worry about a set size, so I'm just going to slap it down and make it, let's just do 4 high. I think players can reliably reach that pretty easily. Now, in addition to that, we are also going to slap a modem on the things that need it. The ones that will need it are specifically this chest, which you'll see we can't put a modem on, as well as the monitor. The monitor is easy enough. Put a modem down. If you are trying to connect to the chest, you need to use something called a peripheral proxy. If you are not playing with open peripheral add-ons, the chest will need to be next to the computer. No ifs, ands, or buts. So, we're just going to connect both of these with networking cable, and then I am going to put the computer right here. I'm also going to move the computer one more away. That way I can give it a modem and put a networking cable on that. So, that's the stuff that needs to be connected. We need the primary storage chest so that the computer can reach it. We also need the monitor so the computer can reach it. The eject system and the portal are not touched by the computer because this chest is actually what's going to be doing the work for us, both pushing in and sucking out. So I am going to quickly throw all of these books in here. And then we are going to turn on the modems. You need to make sure that they are red on the inside, and you'll see that I'm given a name. Monitor _0, computer _0, and iron _0. Next, we are going to be grabbing the 2 pieces of code that we need from Pasteman. So, first off, we're going to grab Touchpoint, made by Liquid on the ComputerCraft API. This gives you basic touchscreen functionality, and it does wonders in my opinion. And you need to make sure that you name it Touchpoint. If you name it anything else, you're going to have to change every instance of it in the code. I don't recommend it. Just keep it Touchpoint. And then we're going to get the portal code itself, which is going to be your main workhorse here. So, we've got the code, but it doesn't work yet. Remember those names I got? Monitor _0 and iron _0? We need to tell the computer where to find the chest with the books in it, as well as the monitor. So we're going to edit the portal code. And if you look, we've got monitor location here, which is going to be, at least in my situation, monitor 0. So whatever name it gave you when you connected it via the modem is the one you're going to use. If it is touching a side of the computer, let's say that the monitor is right here, then this is to the right of the computer, and that side would be right. If it was here, then it's going to be left. Nothing terribly fancy. The main thing is, we've got 2 different sets of directions to deal with in this code. So, chest location here is going to be that name again, so iron _0. If this was next to the chest, it would just be the side. Now we're going to be jumping from ComputerCraft directions to Forge directions, because that's what we need for both the book receptacle and the iron chest or whatever we're using to eject. So the direction to the portal is up. The direction to the ejection chest is down. If these are sitting next to each other, then you are always going to gauge it from the book storage chest to wherever the next one is. So let's say this is the eject chest, this is the book chest. Just stand on it and turn towards it and check your compass. This is north, so this chest is north as far as the code is concerned. After that, we can change some settings. You can up the text size, but it makes the buttons too big in my opinion. Minimum name length only matters if you're dealing with a small monitor. It's going to warn you if the settings are, well, basically if your screen's too small. Button padding is how many spaces to have on the side of the names. Center padding is space in between the two columns. Idle button color, active button color. Portal duration is how long it's going to last. Whether or not you want to see the eject button is next. Whether you want to show page number, total pages, and page separators. If you want to, you can also have borders, which I'm just going to turn on this time. We're going to do true, and let's do just the same symbol for both. It doesn't really make a difference. And for page back, we're just going to change it to back up. For page forward, we're going to call it go forth. You don't need to change these. It's just you can if you want to. So I'm just going to do all of that. And then past this point, you should not touch unless you know Computercraft and you want to make some tweaks. If you do, by all means, feel free. The paste bin's available. Go ahead and grab it. I don't care. Just enjoy it. We're going to save it, and we're going to try running it to make sure that it works. So I'm going to do portal, and you'll see that I'm starting the main control loop. So it checked all of the books, and this is going to populate every time you hit refresh. But let's look again. So we've got that border, we've got look again, we've got get out, back up, go forth, and we've got all of those books. So next, let's adjust this. Modem is here, so I'm just going to shave off most of this screen. We're going to make it a 2x3. It does not self-adjust inside the code because when you set up the monitor, it gets that size right then and there. So we're just going to run it one more time. And it would help if I spelled correctly. So with this much smaller screen, you'll see we still have it, but some of these books did not get their entire names. For example, Infusion Altar has been shortened to Infusion Al. If I were to add more, then you would see it, but it's naturally appended in order to make it fit on the screen. I can adjust whatever I want, and it works. If I push a button, the book will open so that I can go there. It waits the number of seconds you specify, and then it closes. If you have any other questions or concerns, feel free to send me a message either here on YouTube or on Reddit, same username, Faker the Great, and I will be happy to assist you with it. But I might need some screenshots or more information, so best of luck.